Man, it's
What's up with
been
it?
a wild week so far already.
Man, listen, man. You know the world, you know this planet is cold. You know what I'm saying? You know this planet is cold. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Man,
lot going on.
it's always something going on, dude. But you know what? On the bright side of things, it's football season. What whether
Hallelujah.
your team is winning or losing, the simple fact that football is on the
Football.
TV most of the week is an amazing thing and it's great, man. And I love this time of year, man. I get excited. I get excited
Yes.
about it, man.
This is sports heaven. We got the end of baseball, because so we got the playoffs coming in that joint. We got not basketball ain't here yet, but it be creeping in real soon. And
Hmm.
then we got football,
Yep.
prime in Colorado, and terrible Florida State, and then we got Arch Manning.
Hold on, dog. Okay, Arch Manning did his thing. That was amazing. He played an amazing game. But what the heck is going on with Florida State, man? I know this ain't the sports episode, but golly.
You know what I think? Honestly, I just think they they ain't hitting the portal. That if you ain't got no quarterback, it's turning into really, if you don't have no quarterback, let it quarterback. Like you're gonna suck because it's just proven. Like you need an athletic quarterback. And whoever that number 4 is for Florida State is Basura. Or it's
Well,
Basura in Spanish. He is trash, fam. And I'm sorry to say that, but and they just not good, dog. Like how they fell off from last year to this year is, yeah, man. That it's all bad. It's all bad.
and you know what? I think a lot of people, were upset about the portal and things, at first because they really didn't understand the impact that it would have, or negative or positive. But to me, I think it's level the playing field, bruh.
Fact.
I think it's level the playing field. Like a lot of these big schools, Georgia's still Georgia, Bama is still
Mhm.
Bama, but some of these smaller schools benefited greatly because they have great support systems, you know what I'm saying, from
Fact.
the outside and people that can pay like boosters and stuff that can
Got that
bring some of
bread.
these kids in that they wouldn't ordinarily, what I'm saying, wouldn't have been able to get. So
Got that
it's
long paper, longer than the Nile River.
like I tell people all the time, University of Texas is definitely one of them. They've been getting
Fact.
top recruits for a long time, but now they can get the top of the top. The ones that was
Facts.
going to Bama is now going to Texas.
Facts. Because that bread is long. And
So,
the portal is free agency.
definitely.
That's the name of the game. I don't care how much Dabo Swinney don't like it. It's just the name of the game. And I'm happy for the young lads. You know what I'm saying? These young kids who've been getting finessed for years, decades, and couldn't get a nickel, couldn't get a quarter really, unless it
Well,
was under the table. I mean,
well, you know
you
why
know,
Dabo Sweeney don't like it. Cause
don't want
now
nobody making more money than him.
with that, but now what I'm saying, the playing field is leveling. You know what I'm saying? It it
Facts.
it
You
was
got to
like,
be a good coach now.
yeah, it was top heavy. It was definitely top
Right.
heavy for many years. You could pretty much sit back at the beginning of the season every year and pick
Hmm.
the top four teams pretty much.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad there's some, as they say, some parity in college football now where, you kind of know it's still kind of top heavy, but there are still some teams that might creep in there and win at the end. So, you never
Facts.
can tell, man. So, man, how your week started off so far, man? What you got going on?
Man, you know what? This week is we got more people in the shop. We got new products coming into the shop. We got, so it's like this. You're looking forward to something because you're putting seeds in the ground, and like to see those seeds, start to germinate and come out. It kind of gives you that life because you've been working on it. You know what I'm saying? When you've been working at something for 6 months, you know what I'm saying, and then you bring it to fruition, you start to put the idea, the vision, the concept out there, and then it starts to come together. And that's like in every space where we're at. So like being the wife, being over the music at church, over the praise and worship choir, stuff like that, being able to add this piece, being able to do this, see it come together. People are starting to say, hey, we want y'all to come out and do this. Getting, your own house in order, kids back in school, birthdays, normal life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put yourself in all of these spaces and, be present. And I think that that's the dopest part for me, that I'm present again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you stay busy, bruh. Like you
No,
stay doing something extra all the time.
all
But
the
that's the
time.
way life should be, bro. Yeah, like your life shouldn't be boring. You
Right,
shouldn't just be sitting around. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point in life, it's okay to take breaks and, chill a
right,
little bit,
right,
but it's so much stuff to experience, man. I'm not saying you got to experience it all,
right.
but you want to experience
I
some things,
experienced some of it.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Just like I
So,
tell
but we
people,
we
all.
are, we
Go
are
ahead, go
about to
ahead.
go on a cruise shortly because we haven't had our honeymoon yet, Ken. So we've been doing too
Oh,
much. We haven't had a honeymoon, so we about to hit up this cruise and all this type of stuff. So, but we in there.
oh.
Forehead,
Man, what's up, y'all?
forehead.
This light on top of my head is definitely shining down bright.
Yes, I can see the shine on your dome.
It's a
The big
halo.
side.
It's a
That's some
halo.
shine.
Yeah.
That's some shining gem for sure on the top of that forehead.
Man,
It's
it's
a
just shining because
halo.
this light is literally above my head on the ceiling.
So
Oh
good.
Are
man.
y'all? Can y'all hear this fire?
Nope. We
No,
good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
but yeah, like Benji was saying, man, like he was talking about going on a cruise. Listen, telling you right now, that's one thing I have never done, and I'm not
Really?
interested. I'm not interested in no cruise. People have tried to convince me time and time again. It looks fun,
Yeah.
but there's so many there's so many things that happen on cruises. I mean, planes too, but
right.
it's just
Right.
like,
Right.
man, I don't, man. Hey, look, my dad always says this: water is the most powerful force on earth, and it
Fact.
is. There's nothing that can stop
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, yo, like,
Hey,
I don't
I
know
ain't
about
never been
these. I
on
don't know
one
about these
myself,
yachts.
so
I mean, these ships and stuff. Now, I've been on a yacht. I've been on
yeah.
boats and stuff like not small boats, but yachts and like tour boats and stuff like that. But being out in the middle of the ocean, man, that's different.
I
And
did it. I did
I
it in
remember,
December of last year. I did a 3 day, but you kind of forget unless you're like on the top deck that you're on a boat. Well, for me, I did because I wear the motion sickness patch, so I didn't even feel like the movement or nothing.
see, I don't even know how I'm gonna respond to this joint, but I'm doing it for, this is what husbands have to do.
Tell
Well, do you get
Benji.
car sick?
Huh?
Like, do you get motion sickness? Do you have trouble with that?
Nah, I like going deep sea fishing, all of that type of stuff. But
Oh, you're gonna
see,
be fine then.
I'm cool with like being in people's face for a couple days, maybe 3 days, but then after that, it's like, man,
You're only in you're like literally, although it's a bunch of people, like you're not really dealing with those people. Like you're only really dealing with your people.
five
I be
days.
It's like
No,
it's like your own. It's like
it's just
you
me
in
and the
your own
wife going.
world.
It's
Well,
just
it's
me and the wife
you,
going.
and it's gonna be you and her in your own little world, like with
Yeah,
in the boat. Like
yeah.
I be
So
seeing I be seeing them videos of people on a boat. They're like it be a million people on that boat. I be
no,
like, yeah,
it be
dang.
lit, and it'd be a lot of things
it's
that you
just a
could
huge
participate
boat, though, right?
in. But the boat is so big, and there's so
Yeah.
many things in places like you can go off to. They have like these little cabanas that you can go to. They literally sometimes just be you and her up there, like on the deck. Although the boat down low is like full
Me
of
and her
people.
in the
Like
cabana.
they have cabanas and stuff on certain
Well,
decks,
all
and they
right.
have the adults only like area that there. Like they have. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah. I gotta check that out. Me
Benji
and her.
turned into old dirty Benji real quick.
Oh,
ODB.
look.
Old
He
dirty
like, oh,
Benji.
me and okay. When they go ahead and pull and they had a little police boat pull up on the side real quick because you over there doing too much.
Yeah, hey man, you can't get kicked off the boat in the middle of the ocean, bruh.
Hey
Like
man,
that's
hey,
That'd
not
be
listen.
that's
nasty.
not gonna be a good look.
I'm gonna have to figure something out.
ODB. Yeah, that was a good one. I come up with some crazy stuff. That lines up perfectly. Old dirty Benji. I like that.
Oh, Dirty Benji, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah. All
46
right,
is pulling up.
all right. So Tristan Michelle, how's your week started off so far?
It's always busy, man. I love
Yeah,
Tuesday. Today's podcast day, but man, my daughter in this school she go to, it be having me like literally as soon as I get in, it's podcast. As soon as I'm done, they like, yo, what's up with dinner? And I'm like, so, but it's great though.
Chick-fil-A.
They are no. First of all, the economy then lost its mind. You go to Chick-fil-A, you're gonna spend $60
that's a
by the
That is
time
fact.
a
you
fact.
leave your
That is a
family.
fact.
And
That
I
is
can spend way less for a good cooked meal for everybody and have
that is a fact.
leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So I'm good.
Beans in the
Bet,
crock pot.
better get some Chick-fil-A, some of them Chick-fil-A patties from Costco.
Yeah,
Get you some
absolutely, because
bread.
they taste real good.
Facts.
Like,
Facts. You know what I'm saying? They taste just like. I mean, hey, put them in the oven, let them get a little
mhm,
crispy. You good. You know what
they
I'm
taste
saying?
real
Taste
good.
just like it. Like Mama, you say we got McDonald's at home.
Right, for real. Like,
Facts.
McDonald's.
Hey, you know what I was thinking the other day how I can't say I'm not gonna say that word, but how I don't sit and say, you know what, I want some McDonald's. So when we were kids though, oh my God, like McDonald's was like the top of the top. Like if you went to McDonald's, like you felt accomplished to say, you know what? Yeah, guess what? I had McDonald's today. People were like, "Oh, you had McDonald's? You got a Happy Meal?" They used to
Mm-hmm.
be they used to be big time. Now, man, I can't mess with McDonald's, bro. Like I
No,
can't.
I
I
can do
really
it. I can
I
do it.
really stopped messing with a lot of fast food because
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And you get older, your body tells you the truth, man. I be eating certain stuff, and then like
It's
30
thick.
minutes later, I be like, man, I don't even feel good after I ate that. I'm like,
That is a fact.
yeah,
I
I
can do
gotta
it.
stop. I gotta stop. So yeah, your body will tell you, man. So
That is a
you
fact.
know what I'm saying. If you out there
yeah, it
eating a
will.
bunch of fast food, I would suggest you slow down, especially if you our age. You know what I'm saying, 30s, 40s. You really need to start slowing down.
That is a fact. Because ain't nothing telling what's in this food now. So I mean, hey, but I like home cooked. So I'm glad I can cook. So
It's a fact.
wifey can cook too. Kim told me about to eat that sandwich before we came on. I
The
had to
man
Hey,
came
pause.
on smacking. You know what
he
I'm
said, gotta
saying?
put something on the stomach real quick. I ain't mad at you.
Fact.
Man. All right. Before we get into today's topic, man, we got to get into some of these hot topics for the week.
Yeah.
We gonna drift back to last week just a little bit, but we got some stuff that we want to talk about that's very interesting. So you all tap into the comments and everything because this is gonna get interesting, right?
Interesting.
All right. So the first one is something I saw, and I just want to talk about it briefly. Might not be such a big deal to a lot of people, but if you know about this young lady and you followed her trek a little bit, like a lot of us have, this is Brittany Renner. She is considered an IG model. She's been on a bunch of different shows and all type of different stuff. But if you look at this picture again, this
Mm-hmm.
graphic, right? She went from, you know what I'm saying, wearing the tight clothing, you know what I'm saying, cheeks out, you know what I'm saying, and on the other side now, she's covered up, she's converted to Islam. That's what she, posted, and she's had these lifestyle changes. But I want to ask y'all: do y'all think that that's real? We don't know, right? But do you
Right,
feel
right,
like
right.
it's real, or do you feel like it's just something else she's doing to draw attention? Because she's been known to do stuff to draw attention. That's what she does. So what y'all
Patricia,
think?
Patricia, go first on that one. Go there. Okay, I
I'm,
want to hear
I'm
your
gonna just
thoughts on it.
say I don't know if it's real or not, but what I can say is I'm about tired of the antics. And then she came on talking about how she don't know how she's even gonna provide, but Allah
Right.
gonna make a way. Like, okay, anyway, at the end of the day, I don't know why we needed to like announcement out here to the world about what's going on in your quest of finding yourself. And if that's what it is, just do that silently. But when you make it a publicity stunt, it got to be on social media, and we got to like watch your journey. It makes it hard to believe. So that's all I can say about it.
Well, I think as far as that goes, that's how she's been getting paid. So that's how
Right.
she's
You
trying
just gotta keep
to
that.
yes, she's trying to keep it in that lane, but make
Yeah.
money off of the new transition. And that's what I'm saying. Is it real, or is it, what I'm saying, to get paid off of? So, I never want to knock anybody's change. It's just like when Black China, came out and said that she went clean and she converted to Christianity and she started going to church. She changed her whole life. Like, I want to believe these people are doing this because they want to be better people. But I also know that these people have built a life off of being in front of the camera and
Right.
living for clicks and likes. So it's kind of that thing, man. Benji, what you think?
I ain't with it, but I don't want to be a hindrance to anybody's faith, right? But I ain't with it because I should see, for me, I should see a difference, right, in how you operate. So if I'm not saying you need to lose your social media following, because I have a big social media following, right? But it it's like when I engage, when I see you in your conversation, I should see a difference, right?
Mm.
Like different vernacular, different convo, different motives. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't still have the same motives out there. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I catch from it. Now, maybe it'll take her a little bit of time to get adjusted. Maybe that's where she's at with it. But overall, I'm sitting there like, what you mean you out in the car? Who are you soliciting when you're telling people I'm out in my car and I don't know where I'm going to eat? As if nobody knows you now. You get what I'm saying? Like, so none of your family knew you made this move. And I know how Islam is. Like, they don't leave you hanging out in the dirt like that. Like, they pick folk, they know picking folks up off the street, bringing them in, taking care of them, X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? Like, they really create, whether it's in jail or out, a legit sisterhood, brotherhood. So I'm like, who is she getting that information out to like that? So,
Well, but you have to ask the question. We have to. I'm not an expert on this, but I know there's a difference between people when they convert to Islam and when
mhm,
people become part of, what I'm saying, fruit of Islam, Nation of Islam, and just Islam. Those are
mhm.
different things.
Right, right.
So if she just converted to Islam, that's one thing. But if she joined the Nation of Islam, that's different, right?
Different.
So
Right,
so
right,
what you're saying is with that, like when we see a lot of that in that movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they do bring people in and take care of people and they move a different way versus just somebody who converted to Islam as a religion but not part
right.
of the Nation of
The
Islam.
full
So
thing, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so those are different things because I think a lot of people get it confused because, when they see Islam, they think black Muslims, when you go over, to the Middle East and you see Muslims over there, they have the same religion, but it's different.
Mhm.
There's some differences there, and
Right,
I'm not the expert, so I'm not gonna try to tell you the differences, but I know there's differences.
right.
So for her again, I hope that what I'm saying she is getting something wholesome out of it, and
I
not
hope it's
wholesome
legit.
and not wholesome. You know what I'm saying?
Not
So
hope.
so
Facts,
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like we seen that side of her.
Right.
And if she's really gonna make a change, then she's got a kid. So, I hope the best for her. I hope that it's authentic in what she's doing.
I
But
do too.
at the end of the day, she still gotta eat. So
That's a fact. She still gotta eat. And again, I hope it's legit. Because I think honestly, coming from the lifestyle she can offer a lot of game
true.
to a lot of people. So as long as it's legit, I'm cool with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, like what grabs me is like you're sleeping in your car and you don't know where you're gonna eat. Like, did you just abandon everybody? Did everybody just abandon you? Nobody was like, hey, you switching this over. All right, I still got your back. Like that's what makes me like a
Well,
little
you
weird.
gotta
But
you
hey,
you gotta question it and say, did she even have real people in her corner like that? Because A lot of people that live like she was living before burn a bunch of bridges, bro.
That is a fact.
And unfortunately, when you get to the heights in which she was, and she was making the type of money she was, and you're not helping your family out, or you're not giving your family money, because you know how it goes when you
Right,
become the
right.
person with the money in the family. Everybody thinks they deserve
Looks to
something
you.
from
Right,
you,
right.
and then when you tell
And
them
that's
no,
if she was making legit money.
I think she was, bro. I think
Okay.
she was, but I also think that just like a lot of people who never had money before, they blow it.
That's true. That's
Bad
true.
spending habits. You know what I'm saying? They out here living that life or trying to portray a life that they're living and is beyond their means.
That's true.
So, you know what
Very
I'm
true.
saying? I think that has something to do with it as well, because there's no way to me that if she was making the type of money that I think that she was making, and doing the type of things that she was doing on whoever's dime, that she should be, as the old folks say, teetotally broke right now. Like, that's just
Right,
crazy to
right,
me.
right.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, we wish her the best, man. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who's making, what I'm saying, changes in their life for the better, man, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do, because we all adults and we all go through it, man. So we all go through different
Facts.
phases. So, you know what I'm saying? We hope the best for her.
Facts.
Now, this next one's a doozy. Me and Benji, um, we're talking about this before the show, of course. And we're very interested to hear you all's thoughts on this one, especially because this one is very interesting. So I'm just gonna throw the picture up, and then I'm gonna explain to you guys what this is. You know what I'm saying? What the
Okay.
scenario is, not what this. Yeah, the scenario. Just just check me out. Check this out. All right. So this picture that you see, this guy, some of you all may have seen it on social media. This guy in the brown, his wife was born with male and female parts. But there was conversation saying he's gay, and he says he is not gay because his wife is a woman. So this is interesting. So, so I mean, in the audience, you know what I'm saying, in the comments, like, y'all let us know what y'all think, man, because this is crazy. This is crazy.
And he's saying he's not.
He said he is not gay, and for him to be gay, you know what I'm saying, you have to be attracted to men. So he says in the comments that I read from him, he says he is not attracted to men. He is attracted to women. And he said he met his wife and he got to know her and he fell in love with her. He married her, and she is a hermaphrodite where she has male and female parts.
Now, getting to know her in the spot of getting to know her, how did you get to know her? In what ways? Because the moment you see, what's the right word I could use? I don't
It's a
know.
lot of them.
There's
You
a lot.
use this one. Old folks say a tallywhacker.
The moment you see
That the thinging.
that thigh, the moment, because women get excited over that.
The moment she pulls out a sword and you got a sword, it's time to go. Ain't no
Yeah,
sword fighting.
yeah, yeah. I mean, first off, I got to
What
get
is that?
past the fact that you probably look like your dad,
Say, man,
and then you probably got the toes like your daddy. You probably got your daddy's toes. And
We're
if you
we're
into, I'm just saying, like, let just the analysis of a woman. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to look. Listen,
all
let's
I
just
know
be
is that
realistic.
that lace right there on that lace front right there.
Yeah, and I
It's
sell lace front wig, so
it's
I
not
know.
it's not all the way adhering.
She got a daddy smile. She got a daddy nose. And listen, you look a woman up and down, you be like, all right, she got
And so
something
what
on
does I
toes.
mean correctly? What is because I don't know.
that's that
What does
she
it go by? She,
they
him, they.
they
Like I mean, how do you?
A her, I don't
they
know.
Okay, so let's focus on
Hermaphrodite.
the main point here. The main point is
Herm Edwards. Herm
he's
Edwards is
trying to say
a
he's trying
coach.
to say that he's not gay because sh- they have female parts.
Yes.
male and female is what I'm understanding correctly,
Yes.
right?
So
Yes.
So is he not
she got both
partaking?
things.
Is he
Mhm.
not partaking in the slong jamming?
Now that's the now we
What?
don't know any of that information, but that's the other question because I mean just let's just be honest here. If you smashing
Right.
this individual and they have both
Mm-hmm.
parts, at some point you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
sword fight. There's gonna be some sword
Yes.
fighting going on because it
Yeah.
just is right there.
Wow.
So there's I mean there hey, to each his own, whatever you do.
Yo,
Now
business.
it's your business. But I mean, it's just an
Kid can't even
odd
get it out.
But what does
it's just
that even?
it's an odd scenario.
What does that look like to possess all? How does
Because
that?
that's where I was going. Because
I'm just curious.
I'm
How is
looking
it
at a
set up
woman,
down there?
right? Because I'm looking at a woman physically.
Well,
She got
okay.
she got the D's. She got the
So
Virginia. She got pretty toes. You know what I'm saying? She got the cakes.
We're only focusing on the Virginia area. We don't care about the toes and everything else. We trying to figure out.
Yes, but you as a man, you looking her up. You looking
so
at the whole thing.
but here's the thing though.
Don't
Okay,
get it.
so so when you're talking about this and this individual has a penis, this
Right.
individual has a vagina, the only way you can really put it in the context for a lot of people, I'm pretty sure people have seen things like this. A woman who has a very large clitoris, that's on the verge of forming a penis. You know what I'm saying? If you know your human anatomy, like
Right.
that's basically what it is,
Right.
right? So, but yeah, Janae said, whoever has the largest sword wins. Say, man.
Listen.
Say, man. Listen,
Suspect.
listen,
Suspect.
listen. There's a lot of comments here that y'all gonna have to read yourself because, like, Stephen Carter, come on, dog. She's strong faced. Listen, listen, listen. She probably looks like her dad, okay? So we just
Yes.
gonna chalk it up to that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna chalk it up
Hey,
to she
that
looks like her
smile
dad.
is definitely daddy. That nose is definitely daddy. I don't care what nobody say.
Listen,
And
listen,
I'm willing to bet her toes look like her daddy feet.
listen. At the end of the day, I think
She got a nice smile.
That's her daddy smile.
what people have targeted is that is he attracted to men? You know what I'm saying? At the
Right.
end of
Right.
it, if he's saying he's not attracted to men, then you know what I'm saying, like at the end of the day, can you really question him being with this person because he's not attracted to other men. He's just
I
attracted to that person.
just got questions, man. Cause listen, if you tell me you're not attracted to men, but men features and parts start to show up, wouldn't you regress? And like it's like anything in life. You get what I'm saying? You go to the restaurant, they tell you the gumbo is fire, or the lobster mac and cheese is fire. You get there and they don't give you lobster, they give you crab.
With hyenas
Initially,
in it.
you go no, but you
See,
know what I'm saying? And and they offer it to you. You know what I'm saying? You like it, it's on the menu, but then when they bring it to you, you like, yo, that ain't what I bargained for. That's the natural reaction when you say I don't like a certain thing or
Well,
I'm not interested in a certain thing.
but here's the thing too. What from what I read through some of the comments and some of the stuff he was saying is that basically, he met this individual, I think online. They started having a conversation. Basically, it sounds like to me he kind of got catfished and he started
So,
having feelings for this individual and then they met up and then at that point the feelings were already there.
pull the
So
plug. Ain't no feelings that deep.
hey,
well
hey,
played to her because wow.
hey,
But that like some people be ready to off with your head when you play around with that sexuality like that. That was a
That's
dangerous
very
game
true.
she's playing. That's a dangerous game.
Well,
Man,
let's
listen, the
talk about that
moment
for a
I
second though.
find out you rolling like that, man, listen, man. I don't even know. I couldn't even lay in the bed. Giving you a hug is skeptical.
Well, you've already hugged her at that point.
What if
Y'all,
you
Yeah,
already
but
in
what I'm
love? You've
saying,
been
y'all,
kissing.
y'all done
You done
already
you
yeah,
done
bumped.
grabbed the booty. You done
Y'all done
held the
already bumped.
titty.
Y'all done already bumped knobs. Yeah, y'all done hug full frontal.
Y'all done cuddled and you was the little spoon before. Like
oh no,
Now, if he
see,
was the
oh
little spoon,
man,
he probably would already know by that point what
oh,
you know what I'm
that's true.
saying.
Well,
That's
what if she kept it back a little?
that sword.
She kept the body back. She played it right.
Ah man.
hold on. Does it still? Are we working with erectile dysfunction with this thing, or what's going on? Like, what's the deal?
Well, well,
Do
it
they
it
get it
just
sedated?
it's
Like,
just
how
in
does that work?
it's
Do they
sedated.
get it sedated?
I mean, I don't know. Listen,
It's
I ain't
listen.
I'm just trying
Listen,
to find the
it
right words
functions.
to
It
say.
functions. You know, in most cases, if this person's totally healthy, no other issues, it functions just like any other male or any other female. If a
Man,
female
somebody in
gets
the
aroused,
can
her
pull that up,
clitoris
please.
becomes erect. Her clitoris gains blood and it sticks out a little bit.
We
Same
ain't
thing
talking
with a
about
penis, right?
that one. That's
No, but
perfectly
that's like
But
basically
that's the same
the
thing.
small version of what this is.
Yeah.
Basically, she just happens to have a
she's got
very
all of it.
exaggerated version of the clitoris,
She's
which
like a
is
hyena.
basically that what?
This
She's like a
dude.
hyena. A hyena has both parts. Hyena
Okay,
is one of the only
okay,
animals that has both parts.
okay. I'm gonna just need you to like not say it like that. The hyena. Okay.
Yeah,
I
Uh,
mean, okay,
give
somebody
us
in the
some
comment
give us
section,
some
man, y'all
historical
look that
context,
up and
Pastor.
pull it up.
you can't
Give us
just
some
throw that out
historical
there like
context, Pastor.
like we just got finished watching Lion King. Like I need you to give me something with that.
So, a hyena has both parts. That's why it's called a wild hyena, because it's wild. It
It be
has,
wilding.
yeah, it's
First of
wild. It can
all,
go both
it's called
ways.
a wild hyena because it's got both parts. So what do they call a wild horse? It ain't got
I
both
mean,
parts.
I mean, a
That's
wild
a
horse
horrible
is buck
explanation.
wild. A
That's why
wild
they call
horse
it
is buck
wild because
wild.
they get wild in the bed.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Hey man, all I'm saying, somebody look up hermaphrodite, man, and give us, y'all hit
Say
us in the
say it
comment
again.
section, man.
Say it
He
again.
he he met her on
Uh, uh,
weallmeet.com.
Herman Edwards, man. I don't know, hermaphrodite or whatever. Hit us with the info, man, because I mean we need some education on this joint.
Oh man. Yeah,
On
yeah, man.
weallmeet.com is where you can find one if you need one of your own.
Say man. Listen,
Man,
at
I
the end of the
like my
day,
wife. She's sexy. She cute. She got regular human, regular woman parts.
at the end of the day, if you like sword fighting, go ahead and sword fight, bro.
Man, that is
But
heartbreaking though, bro. You get with a chick and y'all vibing. You know what I'm saying? And what if you with your Christian values, you ain't really trying to see her in the bed like that until after y'all get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Most you've went, it's a little kiss or a little side
and
hug.
see,
And
this is the
then when y'all get
problem.
to that moment, you know what I'm saying? And you ready to clap cheeks, because you know what I'm saying? You know this your woman, and then
And they ready to clap yours.
See, that's another thing. See, I know people be waiting till marriage and stuff.
Oh man.
Then
man,
that's when
that's
you find
rough.
out y'all both. What is that little meme where it got Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man? Hey, that's what y'all
Man,
like. No,
hey man,
Hey,
that's cold.
that's
That's
really what it
cold.
is. And see, you know what? That's the downside when people talk about, I'm not living with this person, I'm not being, close to this person. It's like, how do you check? You know what I'm saying? We in a trust but verify age. Like, I trust you, but I need to verify some things before I move forward, before I move any further, because listen, I'm not trying to have that issue. You know what I'm saying? Like later on down the line, you finding out all this weird stuff, and it's like, nah, this ain't working for me at all. So, but yeah, that's a weird situation. But hey, if he says that he's not attracted to men, who are we to say, what I'm saying, otherwise? So, hey, hey, be happy, my brother. Be free, Mr. C. Be free. That's all I can say, man. Man, speaking of questionable, the next thing up was very questionable, very entertaining, very
Catch your breath for this one. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.
oh man.
Oh man.
Are you
Some
ready?
people didn't catch that last part. But look up Mr. C. Look up Mr. C. DJ Mr.
Oh
C.
man.
But yeah. But yeah, man. Last week, toward the end of last week, it went wild. We Uncle Shay Shay, man. Like I was like, whoa, what is I woke up and I was like, what is going on in this world? I'm like, Shannon Sharp has turned into a porn star. Like,
He
what is going?
accidentally went live on purpose.
Yeah,
Because
because
there's no way to accidentally
you
go
can't.
live.
Accidentally on
It
purpose.
literally asks you so many different times, and like the way you have to like swipe this way and click the like to get live. Like, and then it literally tells you, we're about to go live to all of your. So like to not like sell
That's my
that. Look, lie to
that's
your
my
mama.
Michelle. That's my Michelle.
Look,
Did you remember this? Oh.
like the video, and then he's growling all and like.
Hey, but see, but this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part, right? They trying to figure out who this lady is, and there's people out there saying that that's not a lady, that's a dude, right?
No,
Because
it sounds like a lady, but I know the dude that he's always with is pretty pissed off right now.
well, I mean, it sounded like a lady. Now, my thing is, at the end of the day, it was so much fishiness around that whole setup.
I
Like
mean, it probably really was.
like
Real
if you like if you're gonna do it, man, just you
Didn't
might
he
as well.
didn't he bring out like a what they call it? What they call them pills? Now, we talk about the gas station pills, Ken. Didn't he
Oh,
isn't he endorsing
advertising.
now this pill
Yeah.
called like OD or something like that?
I think it's Row. Row. I saw it earlier.
Yeah, it's
I
something
saw the
like that.
commercial earlier. Yeah, and it's like he was like, yeah, I'm a healthy, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
man, and I
Healthy,
just,
active male,
yeah.
yada yada
And
yada.
he was like, you just put it under your tongue. I'm like, bro,
Right.
Was this
like,
before or after he went live? He got
what?
endorsements after that?
No. It was after. Because
Yeah.
it started to come out after. So
But see,
we
people
know
were
the
saying,
publicity stuff. We knew that was coming. Anybody that
yeah,
wasn't, ain't hit, we knew that was coming. But most people were saying it was just him trying to get rid of the gay idea that he's funny. But for him to kind of spin it with the old, this new
well,
whatever it's called.
the pill don't help. Because the pill don't help that, because the pill just makes you have an erection. You can have an erection for anybody.
Right.
So
it don't turn to the left when it's coming.
I mean,
that don't change
you're
it.
attracted to, huh?
My thing is, if you're gonna put it out there and you're gonna have this lady making these noises and show the lady, man. Like go full on, pay somebody, show the lady, let us see, you know what I'm saying, the individual that you're with. Like, sell the whole thing. If you're gonna sell it, sell it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
sell
but
the
he
whole
couldn't
thing.
because he would have got dropped from ESPN.
He would have for sure got dropped if that
He would have messed up his money.
I'm not saying
now
I'm not saying you show.
He has a.
I'm not saying show
porn, type of deal.
I'm not saying show the whole thing. I'm saying show the lady. Show the lady.
Oh,
like tell us who this lady is. Like, because now you got people guessing, running around trying to figure it out. Man, tell everybody who this lady is,
that
man.
Means he did, that means he did his job right.
To it, though, right?
That means he did his job right. Because look, y'all, it ain't for y'all to know, I guess.
I mean, but let's just be honest. When you in that tax bracket, it ain't hard for you to pull no chick. It ain't hard for broke dudes to pull chicks. So that ain't. I mean, I'm just wondering. I know it's marketing. I know that's for a fact. Because since the Cat Williams interview, like, he's been all over the place.
That's what people were saying. He did this to go viral again because he hadn't been viral in a while. So he needed something. Yeah,
Bro,
so he
Yeah,
needed
that
something.
viral moment be you chase the next viral moment.
Yeah.
So
facts. One moment, bro, your notification is blowing up. One video done did 80 million. You get what I'm saying? Like that
and
cat
then you're boring
interview.
again, and then you're like, oh my god, I gotta do something.
Right.
Like,
And then that check come in.
and that
That's
money
from
is
one video. And you sitting there like, oh shoot. So you looking for that
Now you know why people
next.
do. Now you know why people do porn. They get a
I
lot of money
mean,
from that first video, and they spend the
that's a
rest of
fact.
that time chasing that bread.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? I mean, it's the same thing.
That's a fact.
So when you question people in porn and say why do they do porn, because it's anything could be an addiction, right?
Right.
Anything can be an addiction, and once you get high that first time, you spend the rest of your time trying to chase that first high. You know what I'm saying? As many drug addicts as I've talked to and been around, that's the common theme. They say all the time, you're chasing that first high. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, if they have sex, you know what I'm saying, that's one thing. But when they have really good sex and it like checks all the boxes, now everybody else got to meet that bar, right? So when you out here in the world and this is the problem, right? When you meet somebody that's super freaky and they do all the stuff you like, but then they are a crappy person, so you can't be in a relationship with them. But then you meet somebody who checks all the other boxes, but they not as freaky as this person that checks all the boxes sexually. Now you got a problem because you been accustomed to this person who's super freaky, but they're a crappy person, but this person over here don't meet that freak level. See, so you set yourself up for failure there. Yeah, I mean, but that's a whole nother subject. But either way, Shannon Sharp, Shannon Sharp is a wild boy.
Yes, he is.
he got
Made
some other women in the comments that's like, can they be the next one to debut in the video?
a
So
Oh,
fact.
that's a fact.
That's
That's a
a
fact.
fact. These
That's easy
women,
work.
these
That's easy
women
work.
want to get paid, right? So at the end of the day, as long as they can get paid and they can get some more followers off of it, they'll do it.
That's a fact.
They'll do it because I mean that's the new norm. That's the new norm for clicks and licks, baby. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, they got Blue Chew and they got all kind of stuff. Side, they got all kind of stuff
Man,
out here,
listen,
man. So
these dudes better be careful because all this stuff ain't been out that long. So, in 10, 15 years from now, you don't know how this stuff gonna affect you negatively. You know what I'm saying? Your stuff working tremendously now, and then 5 years from now, it's a commercial to come out. Did you take Blue Chew? Well, call this
that,
1-800 number because
that check be talking, fam. Like that check be talking to people.
what check you talking about? These dudes out here, regular dudes out here, taking that raw honey. You
Oh
know what I'm
well,
saying?
we know that. We know they just
Like I can understand if you need the help, then
right.
you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm talking about, man, it's like 20-year-olds taking this stuff, and I'm like, there is no way at
A lot
20
of these
something
20
year
year olds
olds,
is lazy though, man. Like they don't work
bruh, at
out.
20
And
something years old, you should not need no Blue Chew, no
I
gas
would
station
agree.
pill, none of that,
I
right?
would agree. We
But
definitely didn't. At
yeah,
20,
don't
we was
do it.
a
Don't
Trojan horse out in this joint.
don't do it, ODB. Don't do it.
Yeah, them
But
young days, we was wild, boy. We
yeah,
was
man,
wild.
you 20, you don't need all that mess, man. But I understand as you get older, things change. But there's things that you
Man,
can
still
do.
take you some horny goat weed, still take you some maca root, get you some sea moss in your life, get
Stop
you,
eating Burger
stop
King and
eating so
McDonald's.
many burgers and red meat and going on, you know what I'm saying? Run a little bit, exercise a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Listen, there's too many natural. Get you some spinach in your life, man. That spirulina, man, that stuff will bless your life. I'm just trying to tell you, brothers.
Yeah, well, it's things you could do, but hey, that Uncle Shay said, you know what I'm saying? He do what he do. He get paid. He work out. You know what I'm saying? He's fit, but he need a little boost. You know what I'm saying? So he met
I
with the
wonder
young
what he's
chicks.
getting. I would like to know what he's getting pay wise for that new endorsement deal. It's got
A
to be
lot of
solid
Yes, a lot
because
of money.
he was gonna mess up his ESPN contract and all of that for this. If it would have went the
But you gotta
if it
understand
was
though,
really wild.
to be honest with you, like these large programs like ESPN and Fox and ABC that have a lot of these sportscasters with the way that podcasts and things and live shows are set up now with a lot of these guys and endorsements, they can stand to make more money off of their own podcast and doing their own stuff than going through these big
Yeah,
ESPN and these major networks.
right.
So I
The
mean,
reason
but
I mentioned that is because Paul Pierce chimed in and was like, ESPN is hypocritical because they fired him for his live video with a couple females that they had clothes on and he was just wilding, you know what I'm saying? And they fired him and they let him go. So, he was kind of like, yo, like, what's up? What's the deal? He was had his 2 cents to fill in.
well, I mean, I think number one, what I'm saying, Shannon Sharp has a deeper connection with
Right,
ESPN, and he's been there longer and he's done more for, what I'm saying, the network.
right.
So, they giving him the benefit of the doubt in that manner. But I think also, what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie to you, ESPN probably benefited from that too.
I would
So
agree.
so they probably they probably, what I'm saying, gain some more people looking
Some
at their
more national
shows.
exposure.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
A
yeah.
lot
So
of a
they
lot of people found out who Shannon Sharp was that day if they didn't.
facts. That's a fact.
That's
So
a fact. That's a
That's a
fact.
fact. So
Old
um
Uncle Shay Shay.
yeah,
yeah, so yeah,
Him and Ocho are wild on their podcast.
he turned he turned into your favorite porn star. Make it nasty for me.
I don't even know who that is, so I mean, sorry, but
Hey,
okay.
do your Googles. A lot of people in the comments know who that is. Shout
yeah,
out
I
to my
haven't.
cousin C, my cousin Chris, man. Chris a fool, man. That's Chris' favorite. That's his favorite guy, man. Shout out to my cousin Chris, man. Make it nasty.
I'm scared.
Dang.
That's crazy.
I
Yeah, all
mean,
right. All right. So
this
so
is
speaking
life.
speaking of making it nasty, we definitely got to talk about we got to talk about the
Oh
nasty
yeah,
man, the diddler. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the
the
diddler, man.
diddler.
Man, they were talking about what
Oh
they
yeah, we
found
for
in his
sure got to
house
get into this.
back in March. 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
That's a
And
Oh yeah,
crazy
that's the
like
fact.
headline to give us. Like that's what they wanted to make sure that they let us
1,000
know.
bottles.
drugs, baby oil, and lubricant.
Now he
That's
had
crazy.
1,000. He had 1,000,
Yeah.
but I know he used plenty of them already. So your boy literally
That man got a
got
surplus.
a shipment. Your boy had a closet for baby oil.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it, man, say, watch out
Amongst
now.
amongst other things and other things that let them know that what did he call it? The freak what is the little things, little parties he got? Freak offs.
Oh,
freak offs,
They
yeah.
found a lot of things that
freak off.
led to them believing these things were what was utilized during freak offs.
Yeah, but see, this the other part. The
One
U.S.
one of
attorney
the
said they
one of the
have found
comments. Go ahead.
footage.
I'm sorry.
They found footage of Diddy's freak off parties, so they actually have
Right.
video evidence as well. It's not just
Yeah,
hearsay. Like it's not just talks, not just rumors. Like they have evidence
like your
of.
face
And
is
there's
on camera doing something at one of
they
these
have
freak offs.
they have one thing that said that the hotels would charge him a lot extra because he would mess up the sheets and the couches that were in the rooms because of the
He
baby
had the
oil.
money for it. He had the money for it.
Oh
I
man,
He didn't
mean,
care.
there's so much that when you look back in retrospect at some of these interviews that Diddy's on and some of the things that we heard people say about Diddy long time
right.
ago, right?
Pac told us back in the 90s, bruh.
And we were just like,
Yeah.
man, come on,
Puffy,
man.
let's be honest, you a punk or you would see me with gloves. That's
Well,
what Pac said.
I'll say this, man. We owe Wendy Williams an apology. We owe
Oh,
Wendy Williams
let's
an
talk about it.
apology
Let's talk about it.
We've
because
been
she was the
on her.
first one that started coming out talking about P. Diddy and talking about him naming himself Puffy and all these stuff. And she was talking about this stuff way back in the day. and people were like, she's just spreading rumors, she's just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, people listening to
Because
her
not
show.
Diddy.
And she was spot on. she,
Right.
she was spot on, right?
You know
Like,
they about to start rolling her clips now. You know social media is about to find and start
well,
rolling it.
well, you know, she was talking about the gay rapper. That was her thing. Like, there was a
Right.
gay rapper, and nobody would believe her if she told you who this person was, and she was going to eventually tell who this person was. And then they got into this thing of they were going to sue her, and all this other stuff. This court stuff started going back and forth back in the day. But hey, now it all came out, right? And there's nothing. I'm telling you, at this point, there's nothing Diddy can do. I saw somebody on my timeline said, I don't understand why people are excited about Diddy going to jail. I don't think people are excited. I think people are just, like, wow, out of all this time, all this stuff, somebody finally, you know what I'm saying, figured
Probably
out.
Said
finally
something.
got
Right.
something that's gonna stick, because
Yeah.
many times has it been assumption or
Right.
speculation or statements made, but nothing has ever stuck to Diddy. But I'm telling you, this right here is the domino. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's
We knew
all
when they raided his house. The feds don't pull up unless they got solid.
oh yeah, but they needed to get everything else, because I had
Right.
someone at work like, why didn't they do something in March? I thought they needed to build up to be able to
Right.
what they're about to pull on him. These interviews that they needed to do, watching all these videos and getting all the evidence and stuff that they needed to build up this case right now. Oh, this guy's
Right.
not coming out.
Because they need to see if there's any kids in these videos, because suppose it was a trafficking thing also. That's part of it. And in response to Ken's question, this always bothers me. It's funny, me and my wife had this conversation last night. It's funny how people forget the abused. Like, the people who doing this wild stuff seem to always get a pass. And then the abused is kind of like, pushed to the side. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is always, and it seems like this narrative always pops up. Like, why do they want to see Diddy fall? It's not that we want to see Diddy fall. There's a consequence for these type of actions. Like, you wouldn't, if that was your daughter, would you be so, lackadaisical about it? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it always hits me when this stuff comes out, because remember, we just dealt with this with R. Kelly not too long ago. So
Yeah, for sure. Now this is on a whole nother spectrum and level beyond. This is a whole orchestrated organization that Diddy got going on.
Yeah,
This
there's
is
some
something
crazy
else.
stuff.
And this goes back tenfold years upon decades of Diddy just doing what he do. So
right.
They can go on and let Thugger out. We got something else to worry about.
we
got a different trial to watch.
Well,
hey,
I'm just telling you.
Ken know this, because this was going to be my question, but go ahead, Ken.
Hold that question. Somebody in the comments on the post that I pulled that picture from earlier said that they hit Diddy with the Frico. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might not get that joke, but when you said Thugger is in the trial and they trying to hit him with a RICO charge. But they hit Diddy with the Frico charge. And shout out to Thugger's trial, because without Thugger, we wouldn't have been introduced to Woody. And Woody is comedy times
hilarious.
10, right?
Hilarious.
I don't care whatever they say about him. He's a rat or whatever. He is freaking hilarious. Him and Charleston White together.
White are must see TV.
He's throwing the whole case out. Like, he is. It's over.
Hilarious. Like, why y'all keep asking me these questions? Like, I'm a liar. I've been a liar. I'm probably telling you a lie right now. I've been doing this. Like, why are you shrugging your shoulders?
Do you got problems with?
But you know what? It's refreshing to have somebody, you know what I'm saying, get up there and do something like that, because the system has played a lot of people, right? Now it's about time somebody else got up there and played the system.
And
right in front of the world.
He got full immunity. He can say and do whatever he wanted to.
I mean, I feel like low key he knew what he was doing.
Oh, of course he did.
Like, yeah, he went in as a snitch, but then at the end of the day, now I have to get on and now testify and say everything else that I said. and corroborate my stories against what I told you now on the stand. And now I'm like, huh?
Well,
What you
there's a
talking
good book to
about?
read up on that too. Benedict Arnold would always kind of looked at as the traitor and this, but he actually freed most slaves in Harriet Tubman. So that's another story. But hey,
Yeah. All right, so you gotta ask your question. You gotta ask your question, bro.
Yeah.
Because this question was hilarious to me, and it's definitely gonna spark some conversation. But go ahead, Benji.
all right. So the feds got the tapes with Diddy. Everybody for however how long. My question was, is who do you think name is going to come out that's been on these videos?
I,
Somebody,
I know
a
off the
few
rip.
somebodies.
I told
Like,
Benji.
who do you think name is going to come out that was in the video that was doing something wild that we're
I
going to be
told
like,
Benji off the rip.
whoa.
The
Jay-Z.
first person that I think about is Jamie Foxx.
Oh
I
yeah.
think Jamie
Mhm.
Foxx is definitely on those tapes.
He used to have his own little parties. They just
Yeah,
wasn't
Yeah,
he
on
used to
they
put
just
Diddy
wasn't on
parties
Diddy
together.
level. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So I think he's definitely on those tapes. So
Man.
yeah, it's gonna be ugly, man. But you know what? We thought the Epstein thing was gonna be ugly too, and look how they quieted that.
I
They had to
know.
So
because there's probably it was too many names attached to it. But
I'm telling
when
you,
it
but
comes
this
to
gonna be too
I
many
Negroes,
feel
names.
like this is
Nah,
bigger. This
it's
is
gonna be
bigger.
names attached to this too. That was probably on the Epstein list as well.
I was just
I
gonna
wouldn't
say, I
doubt
feel
it.
like some of this is about to start crossing paths. This is
Yeah,
going,
because
yeah.
that's what
So,
they were saying. Epstein was trafficking too. They said it was
right,
Epstein, was trafficking involved in that as well. So it's very similar actually. So
right,
it's just what I'm saying,
Hollywood.
the fact that it's a black guy
right.
versus a white guy. So
With a lot of money.
this is
Patricia,
gonna be interesting, man.
Patricia, who you got? Give me a name. Who you
Oh,
think?
Jay-Z. Ain't no way Jay-Z
Oh,
be at Diddy house and be at the Diddy parties and the Diddy this and that been around them for decades too.
and
And
they've been wilding.
ain't been a part of some part of young girl adventures and whatever else. There's whether
I
See,
turned a new
this
leaf
might go
or not,
way.
he's in there.
This might go way back to the Aaliyah days
We're
too.
gonna find some stuff about Aaliyah if he
oh
kept.
yeah, definitely. So Kimeon in the audience off YouTube, he's got Will Smith, he got Aaron
Mm.
Hall. Now I
Oh,
believe that
definitely
too.
Aaron Hall.
Aaron Hall, and then he also mentioned Jay-Z too. So,
Right.
yeah, Aaron Hall.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
Wow.
Aaron
Because
Hall
he
is
was
somewhere on those
messing with a
tapes,
young
dog.
girl. Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
Usher when he was younger.
But see,
Ooh.
you know what? Do you know what the bad part about that is when he was younger? But a lot of people were saying that they feel like, what I'm saying, like they was meddling, they was messing with him,
That's
like
what. No,
dudes.
he's not gonna be in the videos. Do I feel like that's gonna uncover what happened to him?
Yeah.
I
So
do feel like he was violated as a child,
that's
and his
that's
Right.
mom
that's no
saved
bueno,
him.
man. That is
Yeah,
no bueno for
They
his
said
image.
he was super extra promiscuous to be 15, 16 years old
No,
and
no, no,
going to
no, no.
places he shouldn't have been going.
We talking about dudes messing with Usher. That's what I'm
because
saying.
Okay.
he
Okay.
went to Diddy camp, and his
Yeah.
mom had snatched him out of there. He used to stay at Diddy's house as a child because he was
Oh, wow. Yeah.
learning. He was learning for his career to begin and let his career take off. And at
Right.
that point, he was at Diddy camp, and the mama eventually snatched him out of all of that. So I feel in between that time frame is because Diddy was definitely deep into what he's doing now. Back then,
Right.
he was messing
Right.
around with Usher, but Usher as a child, he was just a victim.
My
Ah.
man, Kim Young say Meek Mill.
Oh
Man,
Lord.
Meek Mill was definitely on some footage already.
No, he
That
like a rabbit. We know he in there.
that was footage of Meek Mill in a pool at Diddy's house already. So
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
we know he's on footage already. So the rest of the footage that might come out might be even more damaging. You know what I'm saying? They
You know who
gonna
else?
have Meek Mill skinny legs
Give
up in
me
the air now.
give me
Carisha.
one.
I think there's no way that almost every female that's come into contact with Diddy in some type of way knows something or has seen something or has been abused or whatever they're either been a part of or been affected by or seen or was told or
Right.
heard, but you just came around and you don't know nothing.
Right.
You're oblivious to everything that's Diddy's been doing. He
Everything.
ain't
Right.
stopped. Like you fooled with Diddy real bad, remember? So
Some conversations about
I think we're
Cassie,
gonna
like
find
extra
out
conversations might come out.
something. I don't even think if it's conversations. Either she was part of some more of what he was doing with some other women, because
Of
she
course she
fooled
had
with
to be.
women. She fooled with
Of
women.
course she had to be. Anybody
So
with common
that
sense
was a whole
know.
nother adventure for Diddy right there.
What
Right.
about J-Lo and Lil Kim? You know what I'm saying? Like they're
Years of
two
dealing with
that
them.
that kind of pushed away from him and got away from him, and you
They
think that
did.
that's probably why they did, because
I wonder
they
what J-Lo
they
knows.
got wind of, you know what I'm saying, the stuff.
She dated him for a while.
But there's a picture with J-Lo in that big bed with him, Aaliyah, Dame Dash, and like some other folks, like in that big bed together. So I'm
Right.
like, this is crazy, man.
This is wild. And
Yeah.
the crazy thing is again, he recorded a lot of stuff. So that's
He
wild.
did.
Now, here's the one
Well, he had cameras
I
all over the
hope,
place.
right,
So
all over
yeah.
his whole joint. Here's the one I hope isn't there. And I've mentioned this to Ken because it could, in two ways, it could validate what a lot of people have been saying over the years, and it could break like the back of organizations as well. I hope TD Jakes ain't
Have
on
you
none of
ever
these
been
tapes.
swallowed? That's what he was talking about. He was at the Diddy party. He was getting swallowed.
He definitely was at the Diddy party. So I
He
mean,
was, and I hope
what do you hope?
he
And
ain't
if
on
you're
them
at the Diddy
tapes
party and you know the rumor has it he has freak offs, because the rumor has been going on for forever. Why
forever,
would you
right?
go to the Diddy party unless you want to see what's going
You
on and
freaking
be a
off.
part of it?
Well,
So
maybe
Him
maybe
and
he
Lady
just
Jakes.
well, maybe he felt like, you know what I'm saying, he's just gonna leave before the freak offs. You know, the freak offs start at 3 o'clock, so he said I'm gonna leave around 1ish. Because the freak offs start, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get up out of there, I'm gonna tip out of there, church finger, you know what I'm saying, to get up out of there.
Yeah,
how do
But
we know what
I
time the
hope
freak off?
so. I hope he
so
chipped out of
go
there.
ahead.
I said, how do we know what time the freak off starts? Like,
I'm just
There's
saying, I mean, I'm
rumors
just
out there,
making up
right?
something.
I'm
Like,
about to say, well, I'm
About
about to say, wait
parts.
a minute.
like
There was a freak off schedule.
well, here's the thing. That's what a lot of
Got
people
the invite to one.
Well, no, a lot of people that have been interviewed and asked about the parties have been
Right.
saying that they know that some different stuff goes on later, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like as you go deeper into the party, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's why they leave at a certain time, because they know it changes gears.
Right.
So because they've
I
been
think
told
that's
that
true.
they
I
like
think
the
that's true.
party with the people, but they don't want to go to that portion of the party, right?
Right.
Because the
So
Kardashians be at Diddy parties, but I don't think they participated. Maybe they do leave. I don't
I
know.
don't know,
Man,
man.
the
Maybe
feds
they
got
do.
tapes, man.
I just
And
can't.
when
I'm not excited in a way, but I'm also I just want to know what. I need all the names to come out. I want to know. I want to know the full story. So I can't wait till the trial starts. I'm tuning in while working. I'm doing.
now that brings up another question. Do you think it's going to go to trial, or is Diddy going to
He already pled not guilty.
save himself, incriminate everything that's associated with it to get off?
I mean, at the end of the day, he's still gonna reveal what's going on.
Yeah, I think
I mean, not necessarily, because if he paid, he's still got bread now. He can still finagle
I
some things.
think
They're talking about
I
50 million for bond and all of this and all of that.
I
You
think
know,
it I think if it
He
gets
already got
far enough, yeah, I
the
think if
bond.
it goes far enough and enough comes out, like he's not gonna have a choice, and he's gonna have to, go ahead and and put it out
He's
there.
lenient. He's
Either
well, they
lenient.
he's
got
gonna
they got videotapes, so he
what I'm
can't
saying is
deny anything.
either he's going to admit to it, or either he's gonna throw everybody else under the bus.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. Do you
I
think
don't.
he's going to basically throw everyone else under the bus, give
Absolutely.
names,
it's a
just
fact.
give? Because remember, Woody, we were just talking about him. Remember, Woody told everything, and that's why he has full immunity. So he can say whatever he wants to say and do whatever he wants to do. Do you think Diddy goes that route? or do you think this goes to trial and we get more drama?
Woody did all of that to come back and sit on the stand and pretend as if he got Alzheimer's. Diddy is going to absolutely try to save himself in any way possible because that man takes no accountability for nothing. Have people killed for him and whatever else, allegedly, which I'm pretty sure is going to come all out. And all the stuff that he does. He does nothing. He does nothing with his chest. So he's not going to start now.
Right.
He wants to participate in jail activities outside of jail.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to go in.
You know what? Dang, that is a good point. That is a good point, man. That's to be on the t-shirt. I don't know. No, I don't know. I wouldn't put that on no t-shirt. No, I wouldn't.
Just come out of there, just body full of body oil, just sliding through the hallway.
Hey man,
water was glistening all over your body.
Did he mess around? Did he mess around and get some baby oil in jail? Got that money.
Look, can y'all bring the 1,000 bottles to my cell? Y'all still got them?
Hey, Playboy.
Yeah, he got too much money. He gonna be in. Even if he go to jail, he gonna be living a nice life.
I like to see you scrambling and scrounging, Daddy.
I want to see. Man, say, watch out, man.
Hey,
man.
You know
what? They're gonna be lining up to let Diddy take it in jail. So
take that. Yeah, man.
He really
see, all these years we've been joking and talking about take that. We can't even say that no more because we know now where that probably came from.
We got to come up with some way to use that now.
He thought about that
Diddy,
song.
Pause, take
he
that.
Thought about that song mid-movement.
You know what was crazy though? I saw a video the other day of some kids talking to Diddy, and why did that girl say no Diddy right in his face, bro? Like that was the craziest thing. I was dying. I was like, she just said it instinctively because the kids, especially, they've been saying it so much.
So
she
long
just said it, right? Yeah, she just said it, and it just came out, and he just kind of looked like, what the? Right in your face, bro. And you can't do nothing about it because cameras right here.
Yeah, no Diddy.
Oh, man. But yeah, man.
No Diddy, pause. Take that, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead and say that again. Put that on the shirt. Put that on the shirt.
Yeah, no, man.
No Diddy, pause.
I might sell that in my shop. Take that. I'm just saying.
Just have it out during Pride Week. Just put it out during Pride Week.
Put a wig on the front. Put a wig on the front, Patricia, and take that.
She said put it out during Pride Week, bro.
Put it out during Pride Month.
Oh man, listen, girl, you better jump on that. That's good money, and put the LGBTQ thing on it.
Jump on
Create
that.
the shirts. I can sell it in my shop. I'll promote it for you.
I'm good. I don't want no part of that.
You don't want to have no part of that.
I don't want no part
at all.
I don't want no part of that. Hey man, listen. On the real though, man, like I think this is gonna be super crazy. And I think, we about to find out a whole lot. And it looks more and more like Cat Williams' interview is coming to life. Like all liars will be exposed.
What Cat Williams, and don't forget Orlando Brown. Somebody mentioned that in the comments. Orlando Brown has been telling a lot of this stuff for years, and people said he's crazy. And now look, a lot of that stuff he was saying is looking like it's facts.
Right.
Yeah, so it's tough, man.
This is gonna be interesting, bro. Because a lot of people pulled up. LeBron better not be on no video. Oh man, because he's been squeaky clean for the longest.
That's gonna be tough. Maverick could give up everything to keep LeBron off of that tape. So you know what I'm saying?
Man,
he ain't gonna let that happen.
Feds got the tape and you own it, bro. You're gonna have to have that interview.
Anybody can be bought, bro. Anybody can be bought.
This I know. Diddy can buy out a lot of people, make a lot of people shut up. So yes, he's doing it. He's done it already. But
somebody mentioned Busta Rhymes being on the tape, bruh. His name has come up in a whole bunch of wild stuff lately. And then you start looking at, you know what I'm saying, the clothing that he has worn in the past, and some questionable, and I hate it because Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists, man. It don't take nothing away from him,
Right.
his artistry and his music, but it's like, dude, this was you was wilding like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you was passing the
Man, I
Kavasi at
hope
the
these
Diddy
dudes
party,
wasn't banging 14, 15-year-old girls, man, like that.
bruh.
Like that. That's the wild part.
I'm gonna tell you that that's already a thing. They were banging young chicks. You
Yeah,
can
I
book
was just
that.
about to say. Yeah,
You can
don't
book
even.
that.
Right.
Now the controversial part is when you got them dudes on there banging each other.
Yeah,
That's where it's going to be like a huge, you know
there
what I'm
was a lot of
saying,
drugs
thing.
involved, and depending
Yeah.
on what type of drugs, some of those drugs mm, will make you
They
want
said
things
narcotics was
from.
present, so
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
was drugging folks up, and they was going at it.
And they be
Well,
wanting the sensation of whatever type of whatever, so they be fooling with whoever when they
Man,
on certain
look
drugs.
here.
And I mean, they said that this would go on for days, and Diddy would have IVs to keep you like hydrated to continue to do
Hmm.
the escapades for the freak offs and to keep you stable with the drugs. And it's
like Mike F
crazy.
say, I'm on everything. I'm on
Lord.
Shout
everything,
out
baby.
to shout out to my normal life, bro. Buying a business, buying a house, hard head cheering, a house here, a house there. You know,
Man, your
shout
life
out to the
normal now.
going to church. Shout out
Your
to the
life
normal
normal
life.
now. If
That
we
life is
run
normal.
if we run the tape back about 10 years.
That
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
normal life for Diddy. He like what you
Yeah.
mean.
Nah, he know what I'm
That
talking
is a
about. We run
fact.
that tape back
That is a
about
fact.
10 years.
Oh no, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Diddy. I'm talking
Oh
about
yeah,
Diddy.
what's
For
some?
Yeah,
Diddy, that's
we
Yeah,
normal
talking
it's
life.
about ODB over there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Run that
it's
tape
some
back about 10
honeys.
years.
Lord Jesus.
ODB
Yeah,
acting like
that is a fact. That
he
is a
born
fact.
again. You ain't yeah, all right.
He did.
The
He
honeys.
got
He
born
did.
again. He got
Everybody
born
got a
again.
past, So I'm happy for the man you've become.
I'm proud. Thank you. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that because
Oh
I had to
man.
get away from these heifers, man. They was doing too much.
Yeah.
All right.
They
So that's we talk about a lot of crazy stuff, man, but we want to get to the main topic for a minute before we get up out of here, man. And this is a topic that we talked about before, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
here and there. Especially, during the pandemic, because for me, especially I think a lot of adults, video games became big again, right? Because you had a bunch of time, you were in the house. A lot of people who had, our generation grew up playing video games, and so it was something that we were already used to. But it was like during the pandemic, it just took off all over again, and video games became huge for adults again. So, we just want to talk about the effects that video
Yeah.
games have on relationships, because I hear a lot of ladies, especially, saying, "I hate the video game. I hate my man playing the video game." It's all I hear is a bunch of negativity. Every now and again, I'll hear some ladies talk about how they play the game with their man and they love games too and they're competitive too, but it's a lot of negative that I hear, and I know there's some positive to it, but we just want to talk about that. So, Trish Michelle, do you have any experiences with video games in a relationship, negative or positive? I mean, how did it affect your relationship?
absolutely got a lot of experience with video games in a relationship. I've had one in the past where when I was younger, um, since I didn't know how to occupy my own time, I felt like all the time needed to be mine. So even if you just played a little bit, it would irritate me. But it didn't mess up the relationship. I just used to be irritated sometimes. But fast forward, I do play video games, and I actually grew up playing video games. There's just sometimes I'm just way too busy to ever touch the system. Sometimes, um, this household got a built from the ground up CPU and a Xbox, a PlayStation, another Xbox. This house got game systems everywhere in it. I do play it, and he plays games now, and I'll be sitting in the background. Like that's you getting whooped on like that, like
Right.
or or if the dude talking mess on the mic, I'm like, yo, tell him say that now, like So I
Right.
mean,
Right. Right.
I don't care because I got so much that I be doing. Like I'll be cooking, I'll be doing homework. Like He on the game. That's fine. Long as we all settling down, we settling down for the. You don't still be up on the game when it's our time now. And he balances it very well. And so I don't have no problems with it. And at the end of the day, I don't hop on with him, but he still to this day don't think I play. But because
Oh,
I've been busy. I've never played while he's here. I've always played while he's gone. So
oh.
yeah,
Trying to
Don't
hide the obsession just a little bit.
don't delete none of his 2K bills while on accident because you playing while he gone.
oh no, we got two separate systems. I'm a PlayStation girl. He's an Xbox man.
All right, high five, PlayStation, PSN. You know what I'm saying? I can't mess with Xbox, but you know what I'm saying? But
I'm a
yeah, no,
PlayStation.
that's dope. That's dope that you actually are understanding to him wanting to play the game and that, you know what I'm saying, he's found a balance because I think that's the issue with a lot of guys is they just go full throttle
Yeah,
into, you know what I'm saying, playing the video games and just kind of lose touch with reality.
Hmm.
And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, it becomes their world.
Right,
And
right.
then if you live by yourself and you do your own thing, you know, that's you, but that's also to me kind of an unhealthy space to be in where you know what I'm saying, the video game world is becoming your real world. I think that you know what I'm saying that mental health wise, I think that could have a negative effect. But you know, teach his own. You know, but I'll share my experiences. You know what I'm saying in a minute. But I'll let Benji talk about his experiences a little bit.
Well, it's interesting because although we have games here, we have girls, we don't play them at all anymore. Like we way, way too busy, kind of like Patricia's. We don't have them now. When my kids come around, it's like all of us are on the game. And my son, my youngest son, is a gameaholic. Like, bro, he's like a beast. So bought him the PS5, got him all these games, digital, all of that. But as far as like relationship wise, like it's never been a thing because I played in the days where very, very, very early days, and it was in, your spare time. So
Yeah.
it was chill mode, and you always made time for your little ladies. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have five, six girls. We allowed that one or two. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really a distraction or anything like that. But like as it stands now, like really nothing. But I will say what's interesting is that I was riding home today, and there's this show I never heard of, and they were talking about this actual topic. It's called Relevant Radio, and so what it did point out is the isolation that and the adventure that it takes from young men. So that I thought was really significant because is it really taking away the adventure? Kids don't really want to go outside. They don't want to go explore. They aren't as confident approaching girls or whatever it may be. And they're in this space where it's like, I'm just gonna play my game. And a lot of times I think that's just because, people don't really want to be bothered with a lot of people sometimes. They'd rather chill and play their game because
yeah,
dealing with stuff so much all throughout the day, that's their vice. You get what I'm saying? Like they'd rather just chill and play the game, talk their trash, talk their smack. You can't really pull up on me and shoot me. We just talking trash on the game, and I get to be a thug behind the screen. So I'm in total chill mode. So
I, I think
it needs this balance, but as it stands now, nothing I can really pull from it in terms of relationship.
I think with that, it's just the electronics. I don't think it's necessarily the game per
Right,
se. I think it's just electronics in general with these kids because a lot of these kids have grown up with it, right?
right, right,
I mean,
right.
us, we existed before, you know what I'm saying, this stuff became big. So we went outside, we played, it was a balance. We played video games, you know what I'm saying, too, but it was like I want to go outside more than I want to play this video game. And I
right,
play the
right.
video game after I come in, take me a shower or a bath, and then I'm ready for, getting ready for bed. Then I'm gonna play the game a little bit, or when it's raining outside, as a kid, then you stay in the house, you play the game and stuff like that. But if I look out my window and I see people outside, that's where I'm going. That's
Right.
that's that's option one. The game was, you know what I'm saying, option two. Now these kids, the phone, the tablet, the video game, that's their world, right? That's
Exactly.
where they function. And then you wonder why these so many of these kids are socially awkward, and people in general, adults too, are socially awkward because they have
Right.
forgotten how to interact
Interact.
with
Right.
real humans. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you even had to the effect of, I heard a woman say she got so used to using electronics that it would be times where she would be in public and want to like something or want to
Mhm.
put an emoji on something. Like literally in her mind is telling her to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's trained to do that. And I was like, that's dangerous, bro. Like you see people walking down the sidewalk and they just like immersed in their phone. They just walking. They
I'm gonna
oblivious to
bump into them on purpose.
just it just oblivious to anything going on around them, and because that's the world.
Yeah,
So and unfortunately, with a lot of these kids, especially games like Roblox, um, dangerous, man, because you have so many adults and people on there who are
in
predators
that chat.
that's in that chat that's pretending to be kids and luring these kids in and
Right.
spending a lot of time talking to these kids and building an actual relationship with these kids, not not relationship, but I mean just building a rapport with them where they're on this game every day, talking to this person every day, so eventually guess what, they're going to trust this person,
Right.
right? So
They're building a rapport with them over a game, something they're over
they're
something they like.
confiding in them, they're talking to
Mm-hmm.
them, they're telling them all their
Slowly chipping
business.
away.
Yeah. So
You know,
it's
my mom doesn't really, she's not really here much. I'm usually here by myself all the time. And, yeah, so, and kids would be so gullible sometimes. So it's like, you got to be careful.
yeah, we were all gullible as kids. You know what I'm saying? There were certain
Yeah.
things that we didn't allow ourselves to fall into because our parents had drilled into our head not to do certain things or things to
Mhm.
look for. But there are so many parents out there now who are caught up with electronics too, that they are not parenting. You know what I'm saying? Like they just letting the electronics babysit the kid, and they just both, you know what I'm saying, going throughout the day. And there's a lot of stuff that these kids are missing. And I mean, there are kids in a grocery store. Like when we were kids, we wouldn't just walk up to strangers and start talking. You don't know how many kids walk up to me and just randomly start talking to me in the
Right.
store, right?
Right.
I don't have a problem with it because, as they say, kids have a keen sense of
Sense
good
of,
people,
yeah, good
good
people.
people.
Right.
So when they come up to you and they talking to you, especially little bitty kids, it's because they sense you're a good person. And that's cool, but at the same time I understand that these are kids, and what if I'm not a good person, what if
Right.
they're wrong,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
and,
that's the facts.
and these kids and their parent is over there texting on the phone or scrolling through Facebook while they pushing the shopping cart in the store, and little dude just running, little dude
Right.
just he all on the next aisle, you know what I'm saying? I literally had a kid walk up to me at Six Flags. Mom was
Mm.
walking on her phone, scrolling on her phone, and this little boy walked up to me and grabbed my hand and started walking with me.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, wait, whose kid is this? And he looked up at me and he was like, "Hey, daddy." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no,
Like,
no.
hold
I have
on.
my own kids. You're not one of them, and I definitely don't want no toddlers, especially not at this age. So let's find your mama." But it's crazy because this lady was walking around. She was walking and her kids behind her, and this little dude was way on the other side of the aisle at Six
Yeah,
Dang.
Flags. I'm
I had
like,
something that happen.
I'm like, get out of the electronics. But the game, to get back on the topic though, the game is, it has its negatives and positives, right? For us, luckily, it's been more positive than negative. But like for me, I didn't start back playing games again until the pandemic, right? My initial foray into games again was to play games with my sons.
Mhm.
They play online and they were like, "Dad, we got the PlayStation 5s now. let's play online. Let's they told me how to make a build on 2K, and let's go and we can, play against each other people together. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's gonna work. And it started out that way. But my kids were like, Daddy, you're different. You're too competitive. You're taking the fun away from the game because you want to win all the time. So they dropped me, right? My own kids dropped me. They didn't want to play the game with me no more, man. So I had to find other people to play the game with. So you start
Right.
playing the game, and with 2K in particular, uh, you go into it's kind of like a virtual world, and it's virtual city. You run around, you can shop, you can do all this different stuff, but you play at the rec. And we all know, as guys, you play basketball. When you go to the rec, guess what happens? You meet people in
Hmm.
the rec that you play with every week. You show up. A lot of times it's the same guys. When you go in there to play on Saturday mornings, a lot of guys we know Saturday mornings, on the weekends, we go to the rec, same guys in there every weekend. And those guys are, guys you become friends with. Like you go to barbecues together, you get to know each other's families and things like that. And for me, that's what actually happened, right?
Wow.
I started playing the game with a group of guys, and it was funny because we were like, yeah, how old are you? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm like 40 plus. And they're like, yeah, me too, man. You know what I'm saying? So we all are grown men, we have families. So it went from just playing the game together to actually building like a brotherhood of, man, we have a text chain or on the phone that we
Right.
text each
Right.
other stuff, jokes, memes, you know what I'm saying, just to check in on each other because to be transparent, man, we actually had one of the guys from our group commit suicide during the
Wow.
pandemic. And that was one of those things where we found the positive to it, right? The meaning behind it for us was to really, what I'm saying, kind of, lock in a little bit more.
Right.
It became more than the game. It became more than just us competing together in this virtual world because we knew each other personally. We didn't know each other like in real life. Like I'm sitting in front of you, we shook hands and we live in the same town. But there's been times where we in the same areas and they call each other up or they call me up and say, hey, Ken, I'm in
Right.
Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm
look.
over
Right.
here, man. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? So, but when one of our friends committed suicide, man, it affected us big time
Right.
because we had just played the game together, literally. And to us, there was no sign that he was, in a state where he would do something like that. um you know Everybody kind of talks about different stuff going on in their lives, and we try to give advice, especially with me because I think I'm the oldest of the group.
Right.
Most of them are late 30s and early 40s, so I think at 44 I think I'm the oldest of our group. So kind of the OG, so they come to
Right.
me for advice, and I try to give advice, man, but that hurt, bruh,
Right.
for his family to reach out and let us know that he had committed suicide. Like we played the game, I think with him that Sunday night, and that Monday morning is when it happened.
Right.
So, and we had no clue that anything was going on to the effect of that would cause that. But here's the positives of somebody playing a video game can turn into something good for them because for a lot of kids too, it's a support system,
Right.
right? They meet these people on the game. These people become their extended family because they
That's
spend
very
so
true.
much time, what I'm saying, with these people. And it's
Right.
kind of like with us, like we we talk about a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, it was to the point where a lot of them would even call each other on FaceTime
Right.
because they like, nah, dog, I want to see your face to make sure you good because I don't want you just to be telling me you good. I need to see
And
your
you're not
face.
good. Right.
Right. And for somebody that you don't know in real life that you met on the game to care that much for you. And there's people in your real life that see you every day that don't care that much. They don't care that much
That
to
is a
check on
fact.
you to make sure you're good. So for me, man, when people talk about the downside of, I hear women complaining about their man playing the video game. I don't know everybody's circumstances, but sometimes he just wants to get away from the pressures of the world. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his job is hard. Maybe you putting too much pressure on him, and it could be vice
Right.
versa. There's some women out there that love to play the game too. So
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of
it,
them online streaming.
yeah. So I mean, I think for everybody, it's a vice. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you use to get away from, the real world, or something that you use to entertain. Is for me, it's competition. Like when I was laid up and I couldn't go hoop for real because I tore my Achilles, like
Just
I
playing
could
the game,
still
right?
activate those competitive juices because now I can go virtually and play, right? So,
Yeah,
for me, it turned into that as well. So I I know there's some negatives to it, right? Just like you
for sure.
said, the isolation, the exposure for especially kids and adults to negativity, and people get on there talking noise to each other, and that could get ugly, you know. And I have seen that get ugly. I've seen it get very ugly, and I've even seen people try to locate people.
Oh
Right.
yeah, somebody sent my son the IP address and the address to the house, and I was
Yeah,
like, boy, I was
yeah.
like, whoever that is, tell them play with me if they want to.
Yeah, I've had
Right.
I had a guy one day. He disabled my router. He disabled my router.
From his from
Yes,
his house.
yes,
Wow.
yes. He sent me. I turned my messages off on the game now, like for years. But this is when I first started. I didn't know nothing about that stuff.
Mhm.
So you play the game, and people get mad. People get upset when you beat them.
Oh yeah, they
So
be getting
like
mad.
they be mad, bro. And next thing I know, he was like, well, you're gonna go for a little break anyway. And I was like, what that mean? And next thing I know, bro, like
Wait,
my whole system just shut down.
not
Hey,
funny, but that's funny. Like, how you gonna
Yeah,
tell me?
right.
Like, I
I was
would be like,
like,
what you mean? What you
Just
mean? I'm gonna
slick
go
talk,
for a
huh?
break? Like,
yeah, I went and bought me a whole new router, brother.
Right, right.
I went and bought me a whole new router, one
crazy.
with security measures and all this other stuff, just not the basic router because I had started
Yeah.
learning. Then, I knew, technology stuff, but I'm like, I had to dig and, go get the right router. If you
Mhm.
gaming, you need certain stuff, you need certain security measures. So yeah, man, it's some negatives to it too, though. Don't get it twisted.
I mean, at the same time, if you swing it relationship wise, you're so caught up in it. So I can get how some women might, or men in reverse, because there's women that play it. So now you guys aren't talking to each other. You're not communicating. So because it is where he gets away at or she gets away from whatever stress is, you don't know what's going on. But at the same time, have you ever asked these questions also? So are you doing the temperature check? Or are you just waiting for them to bring it to you? So I
Right.
mean, there's things you can say, but then there's also work that you can do as well, to still find those things out.
I think it's always a good thing for anybody when your significant other enjoys something that maybe you don't, to spend some time trying to figure out why.
Why they
Like
like it? Yeah.
why they like it, right?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
you'd be surprised a lot of times when you figure out why they like it, shoot, you might start liking it too. Because
Yes.
I mean, there's stuff that, what I'm saying, my wife watches, I'm like, man, that's whack. I'm just looking at it passing,
Yeah, you
walking
watch
by
it.
the TV. Then one day I walk by, I see a scene, I'm like, hold on, what so what's
He
this?
said,
So
"Batty, batty,
so
shot
so
o'clock."
what's that character? What's that character name? Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like that character. Let me sit down. Let me check. See what I'm saying? So now because I took that time to actually ask a few questions, now look at me. I'm watching Ready to Love every week. I'm
Look,
watching Ready
that's
to
what
Love
I was
all
just
the
about to say.
Still
You
ain't
time.
made
watched
that
it
post
yet.
earlier, but the funny part is, so that's me and us in reverse. I never in my life used to watch any of these dating shows, and I would go visit him when we didn't live together, and he would be watching it. I'm sitting there like, and low key, I start paying attention to, like you said, the way that they think when they are interactions with these different relationships as they dating. So I'm like, I'm in it, and I'm like, new season coming out, like.
Right.
So we watch everything. Love Island, The Circle. We watch Love at First Sight, Love Is Blind. Like we watch all of them.
My wife ain't watching Forensic Files with me. She ain't pulling up. She don't like
You know what?
That's
Those type of shows I
those are a
like
little
them,
different.
but I can only take so much of it because it's like, it's kind of morbid after a while. Like, the energy's different with that. I'm like, yeah. But see,
I do watch them. It's been a long time though since I've
but,
actually just
but
sat
see,
They
down.
got
people,
some new ones out.
but see, people get upset with me too because they say, "Ken, you like to watch jail shows," and I became a big fan of 60 Days In during the pandemic. So
Mhm.
I really locked into that, and that's interesting to me too. The when people want to go to jail, right? And people in real life do stuff that they know is gonna send them to jail. I'm just dumbfounded by it, but there's an intriguing part of it as well. So, you watch the show to
Yeah,
try to figure it out. But again, it goes back to what we're saying. If you got a significant other that likes to play the video games, maybe you should, try for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Pick up the sticks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Or
Or
just
find
ask some questions. Learn that some of these games really have like the RPG. You know, you playing role play and there's storylines behind them, and you end up like I remember God of War. My daughter's dad used to play, and it had a lot of like Greek mythology in it and stuff. So I was like watching, and I was like intrigued, and so I'd be like, "When you about to play again?"
yeah,
Right.
but see, you can find a game that you like. You might not necessarily like the game that he or she is playing, but there's thousands of games. So you could find a game that you like, and then maybe you getting on the game a little bit will bring you all together because at the end of the day, that's what you want to try to find some common ground, right? And if this person spends so much time and energy doing something, maybe you should figure out how you can be included in that. Right now, there are
Yeah,
some guys who gonna say, "I don't want her to be included in there. Like this is my
because
Right.
time,
that's
My
their time.
time. Right.
yeah,
But
to do
that's
what I
like
need
I
to do."
said. I'm pretty sure there's something else that you could be doing around the house or in your own life too. Find
I
something for you to
agree.
do when they doing what they do. Like that could be your time. Go
It's
find
got to be
something
both. It's
that
got relationships got to be a two-way street. Folks got to come out their selfishness. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sometimes you want him or her to get off the game. There are some things you can do to help them get off the game.
there's
You better
absolutely
believe it,
They
there's
will get off the
absolutely
game.
ways to get them off the game.
They will get off the game.
girl. I would turn the football game off.
We can leave that on.
Touchdown.
Lift your hands.
All right, man. Yeah, man. But so people out there who
Touchdown in the background.
yeah,
Interception.
well,
Saquon dropped it.
no, yeah,
First
it's
and
gonna be
goal.
some. Yeah, just so you don't fumble. You know what I'm saying? Just so you don't fumble.
I mean, but when you dating hermaphrodites, I mean, you might have a little problem.
We circled all the way back to the beginning.
Benji likes sword fighting.
No, that's a lie.
He said, "No, that's a
I
lie."
didn't say you like to do it. You just like maybe you like to watch sword fighting,
No, no, no,
fencing. You like
no,
fencing?
no, no, no,
You
no.
know,
Me love the woman. Hold
dagger,
up.
dagger, that dagger.
Uh,
Me love women a whole lot.
oh
All
man.
right.
Me
I
love,
mean,
me love.
that's the first time I ever even seen anything that had to do with that story. So I was blown to even know that
Yeah,
that existed.
yeah, no, I saw it on my timeline a couple weeks ago, multiple times, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first looked at it, I'm like, "That's two dudes. That's
Yeah, I mean,
definitely two dudes."
the
And then when
features
he
and
was
the
saying,
She need to come holler at me. I got better wigs for her.
"You really want her to come holler at you?" All right,
Yeah,
bet.
she's
We'll.
spending money. I do not care. This is the one thing you understand when you're in the beauty supply business. Gay
in
people
business in
pull up.
general.
In this business, you see, some interesting things. So,
Yeah.
a gay guy pulls up on you. He's a customer of yours. He's totally womaned out, and he asks you for a certain product. You can't look at him funny. You got to know what. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what you're doing. You got to know
What
what
you
you're
do,
selling.
Benji? Okay, which one?
Man, listen, this dude came in and he wanted. This dude came in and he was tall, Hispanic, and had the whole like long hair flowing, right? And he wanted a blonde wig, human hair, blonde wig, full
Did you give him what he
length.
needed?
And you better believe it.
And he had the time of his life that night doing whatever.
I took a picture. Man, this look good against your skin, man. Look at that.
Oh,
Trying to tell you, we don't play no games in this business. We go, that wig is 150, almost $200. Yes, I'm gonna sell you that wig, and I'm gonna give you a discount on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you, bro. Like, it's, oh, how much you get? How much you give it to me? I'll give it to you for 175. Oh, Jess. Oh, Jess.
It looked good.
I don't know about looking good. That ain't what
I mean, you
my
took a picture.
point.
How
That
you
money look
doing?
good when that transfer come over. Praise the Lord.
Oh man.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God
You
bless you.
turned Asian.
I mean, we one of them. You know, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Back,
Oh my
put that joint
God.
in the bag for him, rat, boom, and hook him up, and you straight. I don't know about your business. Going on.
He
Do
ain't
what you
straight.
doing. I
Absolutely,
mean,
far from it.
somebody getting them straight.
No did
Together,
he? No
yes.
did he?
Somebody, yes.
No did he?
No
No,
diddy.
all did.
Somebody getting
All
them
did.
straight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
well,
what?
that's
You
all. Yeah,
right. You right.
honestly,
Take
that's
that.
all
Take
it is.
that.
Take
Yeah.
That's
that.
what
Yeah,
that's what that
and
is.
take this wig too. And to this day, I keep blonde wigs in the shop.
You think about him.
The devil is a lie. Think about other customers.
Oh
I
man.
can't fool with you, man. You know what? You know what? I can't fool with
I
you.
I was just
Oh man.
I
listening.
can't fool with you. I can't fool with you. I'm just saying, but it's okay though. You're allowed. That's what you're
All
allowed.
right,
It's
y'all.
all right.
I think we've given you all enough entertainment for this episode. The video games, the hot topics, you know what I'm saying, the diddler, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just so much going on.
FYI, his 48 million proposal to sell the mansion as collateral for his bond has been denied.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's not. They're not giving him bail. He's in there until trial.
Yeah, somebody said they took all their passports too, even the baby.
They did. They did. They took Love's passport. Little Love can't go nowhere.
So I'm like, man, this is getting real.
Anybody
Like,
that got Diddy's last name, as his kids, their passports are gone.
Mama and all. His mama can't go nowhere.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's getting real though, man. Like I said, this is for us, especially if you grew up in the '90s, it hits different because
Crazy.
back then Diddy was big time. Diddy was one of those dudes where you love the music. You know what I'm saying? You love the
Mhm.
vibe, and it's one of those things where unfortunately with entertainment as a whole. It's so much going on behind the scenes that we didn't know about that you're hearing about now. It's kind of like we used to want to be rappers. We used to want to be artists. We used to want to be, entertainers. And now it's like,
Hollywood. Hollywood got a lot of that's getting uncovered, and
like,
it went from acting
Wow.
to now to the music industry.
And let me tell you something right quick before we get up out of here, y'all. If you got time, go. I think it's on Peacock. Go look up the Gary Coleman documentary,
Oh yeah,
the Gary story. We're talking about Hollywood and stuff, man. That is one of the saddest stories that you'll ever hear.
Gary
And
Coleman.
yeah, man, because for us growing up,
Is it on Netflix?
it's on Peacock.
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah, I gotta
For
check
us
it out.
growing up, Gary Coleman was it. You know what I'm saying? Arnold and he just, what I'm saying, embodied a lot of the childhood actors that would come after him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was probably, arguably the biggest childhood actor, what I'm saying, of that time.
We knew. And the other kid was Emmanuel.
Nah, Arnold Jackson was, what I'm saying, that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like he
I
had a
agree.
Yeah,
catchphrase. Like he was that guy. A lot of people knew who Webster was. They knew Emmanuel Lewis, but Emmanuel Lewis couldn't hold a candle to Gary Coleman. And
yeah.
what I'm saying,
I agree.
so Different Strokes was on another level. So, but yeah, he was in so many movies, and even as an adult, man, just he brought us so much material. Like when Dave Chappelle did the skit of him as a security guard later on in life, where things kind of fell apart for him, and Gary Coleman became a security guard. at like I think
Right.
at like a phone store or something like that, and it was crazy. But watching that documentary and watching the people that he had around him, including his parents, boy, that
Praise
that
God.
that's pretty bad. So yeah, but
I
shed some
gotta
light on
watch
some
that.
things. Yeah, check that out, man, because like we talking about the different shows and stuff. Like
Yeah.
those type of shows I like to watch too because it kind of humanizes our childhood heroes and things that we used to people that we used to think so highly of, and it's like, man, just like this Diddy thing, it's like we used to jam the music and be like, oh man, he's this, he's that. Now it's like, man,
I
I
never
wouldn't.
liked him because of Pac. So I was a big Pac fan. So
He wouldn't stay
I
out the
never
damn
really
videos. He wouldn't stay the hell out the music for me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
right.
Man,
just
listen,
kidding. I didn't have a problem with him.
to me, I just love music, you know what I'm saying, in general.
Yeah.
So I never was like the East Coast, West Coast thing. I listen to both Pac, Big, or whatever, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's crazy now. It brings merit to what a lot of people were saying all these years. And we just was like, man, people are always saying these wild rumors and stuff
Now
true,
look at
man.
us. Now look
Probably
at
be
us.
murdered for the stuff that I said. Bring the real, be a legend, breathing or dead. That's Pac.
So, but yeah,
Here
but
we
so
are.
before we get up out of here, y'all already know we gotta hear something from our people. So Tristan, Michelle, talk to the people before we get up out of here.
Go ahead.
Oh man, you know what? All I can say is
Did your team lose?
we did, but we
Yeah,
didn't
we
lose as
we
bad.
all lost. So just
But we
just
all lost. So
just
it's no
glaze over
point.
that.
We're gonna try again. And when you lose, you live. You
To
live
fight
fight
another
another day.
day.
Listen, the 49ers lost, the Eagles lost, the
Yes.
Cowboys lost. End of
And
story.
that's
Already
that.
lost.
Tristan, Michelle.
So all I can say is don't be so caught up on the fact that he is playing games, like Ken said. Figure out why, invest in some of that, maybe try to figure out what you could, you know, come common grounds, commonality between it. But outside of that, he could be doing something else. There, like, would I rather have the one that's playing video games that he's coming in to wind down because he had a long day, so he's playing these games for a minute, and eventually he gets off. So yes, you need to find some balance, but I would prefer that than one that can't keep his ass out the streets. So,
That's a
I
fact.
mean, you gotta compromise somewhere with something. It's just whatever you're willing to compromise with, or else just find somebody that don't fool with video games. Because stop trying to change people too.
It's a fact.
And you can find me Trisha Michelle _TM everywhere, all social media platforms, and of course the Fiyah Session always. So follow us, you find me.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna say something right quick, and then I'm gonna let Benji. What you just said is absolutely true. He can either play games at home or play games in the streets. Which one you want him to do?
Man,
Very good
So,
point.
yeah, I think you probably
I
rather him
think
be at home.
that should go out on a t-shirt. Play games at home, put a controller, or play games out in the street on the back of the t-shirt.
and you got
Put
to put
some.
the box. You got to put the check mark. Yes or no?
Facts.
Like, which one
Facts.
you want?
Facts. Hold on. I'm
But if
right
you put
there.
the controller on the front, what you gonna put on the back? Some cheeks.
Some cheeks.
I mean, you know what? You know what?
Some bitty
You know
cheeks.
what? You know what? I mean, hey, you gotta sell it, right?
The visual that just shot in my head at this moment,
Oh
I
man.
cannot.
Yeah, go ahead and make that shirt. Go ahead and make that shirt, Benji. Yeah, we want to see that one.
I'm telling you, I'm a.
Oh man. All right, Benji, talk to the people, my guy.
Hey man, listen, dope episode, a lot of conversations to be had. I think for me with the video game thing with my son, I found it as a way to bond with him. I remember one day my son, he was younger. I want to say he was probably about 7 or 8 years old. And at this time, I didn't have any games in my house. So he would come over and he's like, he wouldn't tell me to my face it was boring at my house. You get what I'm saying? Because I was into taking him out the restaurants, trying new
Yeah.
restaurants, this, that. But when we got to the house, wasn't no games or nothing. So I didn't understand his love language at that time, right? So he told me one day, like, Dad, your house is boring. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what the heck? He was like, Dad, you ain't got nothing to do. And that's when I learned, like, he's a gamer. So for me to kind of jump into his space, into his world, and understand what he likes became a thing. It's like I gotta find a way to connect with him. So now, Mortal Kombat, whenever they coming over to the crib, the whole clan is here. He's got to bring the PS5. We all got to get on all the games. We all got to play. That's from the top to the bottom, no matter what. And it's how we all connect. So I think that's a dope thing. So again, find a way to connect regardless. If it's your kid going out riding a scooter, whatever it may be, find a way to connect with your kid, because that time flies by so fast. And you'll look up and they'll be gone and grown and out the house and doing something totally different. So you can follow your boy, IGBRB4701. We just post funny content on there. The beauty pages, all that type of stuff. Keep updated what we're doing in the shop. We're ready to add a barber, and we're more likely going to be doing man units, Ken. So, fellas, we coming for y'all now. We done focused on the women a lot. Now we're coming for the brothers because we need y'all to start pulling up. So, but check us out. Can't miss me on Facebook, Benji Banks. Check us out. And I'll be in your DMs, man, because I'm starting to invite people out to some services and stuff like that. So just look for your DM to come pull up on your boy. So
Yeah, when y'all get the man units in, man, tell your supplier they need a shag. You know what I'm saying? They need a shag haircut. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a shag haircut, take my money because I'm buying it. You know what I'm
you
saying? But
fine.
yeah. Waves in the front, shag in the back. You know what I'm saying? Little thick in the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that Dallas style, baby. You
We
already know
gotta
King
find
Folk.
the dopest barber out there that wants to pull up on us. So that's what we're campaigning right now. So
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Proud of y'all doing big
Yeah.
things. You know what I'm saying? Making big moves. Man, that's what's
Yes.
up. Hey, y'all already know y'all can find me at Big Ken on Fire on all social media platforms. Y'all can find the Fire Session on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYA8 session, will pop right up. Make sure you go to YouTube, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button so when we go live, you get the notification. You won't come to the party late. You won't say, well, I didn't know y'all were on yet, because you got the notification. So you join the party early so you get all the content in live real time, because that's why we like to do it live so we can interact with the audience and hear the crazy stuff that y'all got to say, because we enjoy it as well.
right.
uh y'all already know with the gaming, as I expressed earlier, it hits a little different for me because of the bonds that I built with guys through the game and the brotherhood that we built with the guys that I play the game with. But in life, that's what life is about, building bonds. And whether you're playing the game or whether you're finding commonalities in whatever you do in life, you know what I'm saying, build that bond and make sure that you check on your people at all times.
Yes.
With this being Suicide Awareness Month, just it's very, very important that you literally check on your people. I'm not saying check on them and then ask them for $5.
Right.
Check on them and be asking for stuff when you check on 'em. Just literally, it's something as
Genuinely check
small
on
as send a text message and say, "Are you good today?"
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling? And if you can, stop being so, you know what I'm saying, caught up in the text world. And sometimes if the people mean that much to you, get them on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Call them, hear their voice, because there's so much difference you can hear in the voice than you can get from a text message. But
Right.
we have to do better with connecting with our people. If we say we love them, we got to show it. So just be more mindful of that. And next week, we're going to have a special episode dedicated to Suicide Awareness Month. And we're going to have an expert join us, and we're going to be having some real conversations. So,
Yeah.
tune in to that live episode to join that conversation as well. We appreciate you all joining us every week live and jumping in the comments, because, man, we enjoy y'all definitely. So,
Facts.
y'all already know how we do it. It's the Fire Session. We love y'all. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you for joining us today. please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fiyah Session.